This is your UFC Fight Night Qatar breakdown from the Griff report. So your main event, Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. Tsarukyan put on an absolute clinic of MMA against Dan Hooker, and he showed why he is the #1 contender. He showed why he should be fighting Ilia Topuria for the belt next. Your co-main event, Ian Garry versus Belal Muhammad. Ian Garry, again, he showed his levels last night, beating a former champ in Belal, and then the way he done it as well. Like, Belal did not look in control of that fight whatsoever. I thought Belal was going to do a bit better, and I thought Belal was going to cause Ian Garry a few problems, especially with the takedowns and stuff. But Ian Garry just showed that he's on a completely other level, and he is possibly in line for the belt next if Shavkat doesn't get it. And as good as Ian Garry was in the octagon, what about that call out?
Nobody else above him, other than the world champion Islam Makhachev. Belal couldn't take me down, so Islam, you try to take me down. I'm telling you now, I'm the best in the world, and you have a duty to defend that belt against the best welterweight on the planet, and you're looking at him. It's Ian Machado Garry. You come into my division, then you show up wherever you want in the world, and I'll be there. And I'm taking that throne from you, and I'm ending that continuous streak. You're done. There is nobody getting in the way of me and my future and me and my dreams. So sign the contract, and I will see you soon.
So just before the co-main event, we had Volkan Ozdemir taking on Alonzo Menifield. And to be honest, this is a fight that I thought was going to be a bit closer, and I did not think Ozdemir was going to make it look so easy. He came out and knocked his opponent out in 1 minute 27 seconds. Absolutely scurry power he possesses in his hands, and the rest of the light heavyweight division should be on notice at the minute. His next fight should be someone in the top 5. So the third fight on the main card was a roll boy versus Jack Hermansson at welterweight, and this here was absolutely insane. A roll boy just didn't really look. He didn't look in trouble at all. He was getting caught with straight punches. Jack Hermansson was the much bigger fighter in this here one. But you seen a roll boy just constantly trying to land that big right, and eventually it did land, and it knocked Jack Hermansson clean out in the first round. So the second fight on the main card was Cortez Acosta taking on Gaziev. Now, I thought this here fight was going to go on a bit longer, but it was a heavyweight scrap, so it is going to, more than likely going to end in a knockout. This time it was Cortez Acosta who landed a beautiful right hand after setting it up with a few jabs. Got him out of there in the first round, and this here was the start of 3 first round knockouts in a row. So the fight that kicked off the main card was Ulanbekov versus Horiguchi. Now, this here was a very, very good fight, but Horiguchi was just on a completely different level to Ulanbekov. Horiguchi just came out. He was the much faster fighter. His striking was much more cleaner. The MMA display that he put on was absolutely insane. From his striking to his grappling and how he ended up with his submission, it was just the perfect display that an MMA fighter should put on. And I absolutely loved watching that fight. And what a way it was to kick off the main card. I do just want to point out one fighter from the prelims last night. And it was a UFC debut from Yakiev. He came out in the first round through a spinning hook kick. Just missed it, follows up with a 1-2 head kick. His opponent drops to the floor, isn't knocked out. Yakiev then tries to finish it with ground and pound, can't really get going, jumps on the back. His opponent then makes his way to his feet. Yakiev slams him and jumps straight onto his opponent back and ends the fight with a rear naked choke in 33 seconds. What a UFC debut. Absolutely insane. Well done. Another fight from the prelims that I would like to mention is Luke Riley. Luke Riley made his UFC debut. Another UFC debut coming out. He came out in the first round, and his opponent, Bogdan Grad, had a game plan, and his game plan was to not let Luke Riley get going on the feet, and it worked in the first round, to be fair to him. Luke Riley went to the corner in between the first and second rounds, listened to the advice of his coaches, came out in the second round, lands a nasty left hook, knocks his opponent to the ground, finishes it with ground and pound in 30 seconds. Absolutely insane. What a night of fights. And 2 amazing debuts, and I can't wait to see what those 2 bring to the UFC.